Sri Lanka is facing debt, supply shortages, and political repression. Due to inflammation and the termination of fertilizer imports, rice production has significantly decreased and gasoline is almost impossible to find. Protests led to the resignation and exile of former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and his family, but many of the protest leaders are now wanted for arrest. Father Jeevantha is one of them. He is a priest hiding in a secret location while the government pursues him. In Rome, one of his colleagues tells his story.
This time, after the protest, the government is trying to arrest most of these leaders who have been at the forefront of the recent protests against the president and the former government. And so he has been one of those leaders who really animated the leaders of the group. So now they are trying to arrest him. There's an open warrant to arrest him.
Father Jeevantha of the Missionary Oblates of Mary Immaculate believes that the government is taking advantage of an emergency law to silence dissatisfied citizens.
When the emergency law is in place, the police can arrest people because it is something beyond the normal law of the country. So under the pretext of that, with the help of this emergency law, they have arrested with very lame excuses. Especially the reason was to shut the mouth of these protesters because the government is afraid that these leaders would come together.
The arrest and persecution of leaders such as Father Perez have prompted the Sri Lankan Church to condemn the situation. 21 religious congregations with more than 1,600 priests and religious have signed a document showing their concern about the government, and they are closely following the events. The persecution is not only against Catholics. 2 Buddhist monks have also received arrest warrants. None of the protest leaders are allowed to leave the country, and their passports have been revoked.
Most of these protesters are not from political parties, and that's what it makes it more interesting, because they are very most of them are social rights defenders. They are speaking for the people, for the poor, for those people who are affected by the economic difficulties that the country is facing.
The Oblate is critical of the government's decisions that have led to this situation.
The main reason was the mismanagement of money and wrong policies, wrong economic policies, and also corruption above all that had been happening over the years. Politicians who robbed the people's money. With all that, I think we have come to this level right now.
Father Jeevantha says Father Perez is grateful for the Pope's concern. Pope Francis has sent several messages that Sri Lankans continue to follow, regardless of their religious convictions. He also recently donated 100,000 euros for the victims of the 2019 terrorist attack. Cardinal Malcolm Ranheath thanked him personally.